Hi, welcome to today's quick yoga practice. I'm Christiana with Christiana's Yoga. This class is a moderate full body yoga practice. So just remember to go at your own pace and make any customizations along the way. I offer them frequently throughout. Props are optional, but they are always welcome. But you might notice that today I have my knee padding set up and I have some wrist padding set up too, because we will do a forearm side plank and you might want some padding underneath your elbow. If you want to hit pause and go ahead and grab some things for this practice, go for it. And then when you're ready to get started, hit play again and we'll start in child's pose. Come down to the mat, open your knees slightly wider than hips distance and bring your toes to touch. And then fold down over your legs, reach your hands forward. And maybe nestle your ribs in between your thighs and release your head down to the mat. And just let your arms rest gently as you take a few breaths in this position to become centered and present during this time on your mat. As you exhale, let any thoughts of your day drift away so that your only focus today can be listening to your body. Now reach your arms over to the right side, stacking your left hand on top of your right. And gently press into your left hand to stretch across your left side body. Breathe. And walk your hands back through center and now over to the left side. Stack your right hand on top of your left and press gently into your hand. And breathe air into your right side body. And walk your hands back through center. And this time come up to all fours and reset your knees here so that they're aligned directly below your hips and your wrists below your shoulders. If you've got padding underneath your wrists, make sure just the heels of your hands are on your towel, but the base of your knuckles and your fingertips are still on the mat so you have some grip and some traction. And we'll move through a few rounds of cat-cow. Inhale, tip your belly down towards the mat, spread across your collarbones and gaze straight out ahead for cow. Exhale, rainbow your spine, hug your belly in for cat. Inhale again, tip your belly down, cow. Exhale, hug your belly in, rainbow your spine, cat. One more each way with your breath. Inhale, cow. And exhale, cat. Come back to a neutral spine. And now inhale, sweep your left arm out to the side and up to the sky. Bring it back down towards the mat, across and underneath behind your right hand and over to the opposite side as you lower your shoulder and your head down to the center of the mat and thread the needle. Just breathe in. Last breath here. Now press into your right hand to lift up slightly and slide your arm back onto the mat, bringing your forearm underneath you. Stack your left elbow directly below your left shoulder. Now step your left foot back, bringing the ball of your foot onto the mat. Begin to spiral onto the outer edge of your left foot as you lift your right knee up, coming into a forearm side plank. Using your leg as a kickstand, hug your side body in and up away from the mat. If you'd like to extend your top leg and stack your feet, you can as well. And then you can keep your hand on your hip or reach your hand up towards the sky. You choose what works best for you. Last breath. Bring your right hand back down to the mat and begin to spiral so that you can bring your right knee down. Replace your left hand and then bring your left knee down, coming back into tabletop position. Inhale, now sweep your right arm up to the sky, down behind your left hand and across to the other side of the mat as you lower your shoulder and your head down to the center of the mat. And breathe. One more breath. Now slide your forearm back onto the mat, placing your right elbow below your right shoulder. Step your right toes back, bringing them to the mat or the ball of your foot, and then spin onto the outer edge of your right foot as you lift your knee up and bring your leg into a kickstand. Engage your right side body to press it away from the mat, and you can keep the kickstand or you can stack your feet. You choose, but keep firming your body away from the mat. Reach your top arm towards the sky or keep it on your hip. You choose. Just one more breath. See if you can lift a little higher. And then bring your left hand back down to the mat. Step your left foot so that you can bring your left knee down. Replace your right hand and then return to all fours. From here, simply tuck your toes and send your hips high for downward facing dog. Focus on pressing the mat away from you, creating a strong straight line from hands to hips. Knees can be bent as much as you need them to be, and your heels don't have to reach. Just take one more breath in, and exhale, walk all the way to the top of the mat. Fold down over bent knees. Reach for opposite elbows and drape your torso down your thighs. And then release the crown of your head down towards the mat. And then sway side to side gently, continuing to open up through the legs. And then release your hands down to the mat. Bend your knees even more deeply and roll all the way up to standing and come into Tadasana pose or mountain. Set it up firmly here so you can always start from strong, firm foundation, pressing equally into both feet. Engage your thighs, hug your belly in, point your tailbone straight down to the mat. Roll your shoulders down away from your ears, arms by your sides, palms forward, gaze straight out ahead, just for a breath. Now inhale, sweep your arms up to the sky, and exhale, fold down over bent legs. Inhale, slide your palms to your shins for a flat back, and then exhale, plant your palms and step back to plank. Press the mat away from you, engage your belly, engage your thighs, and extend out through your heels. Now inhale, shift your shoulders forward of your wrists, coming onto your tippy toes, and exhale, place your knees down or keep them lifted, and then lower all the way to your belly. Release your arms by your sides. And as you inhale, engage your hamstrings and your glutes to lift your legs up off the mat, and then engage your back muscles through your shoulder blades and reach your hands in the direction of your feet, spreading across your collarbones and lifting into locust pose. One more breath. And release. Replace your hands by your ribs. Press into your hands, tuck your toes, lift your hips, and send your hips back and up for downward facing dog. Take a breath and walk or step to the top of the mat. Inhale, palms to shins for a flat back, and exhale, fold down over your legs. Inhale, sweep your arms to the sky as you stand tall, and return to Tadasana and reset it here. Regain your firm foundation from your feet, through your legs, your torso, and out of the crown of your head. Inhale, sweep your arms up to the sky, and exhale, fold down over bent knees. Inhale, palms to shins for a flat back, and exhale, plant your palms, and this time, step your right foot straight back, lower your knee down to the mat, and come to stand on your shin. Bring your front foot in towards your knee for more of a 90-90 split for stability if this works better in your body. But point your tailbone straight down towards the mat and try to keep your hips level. And then shift your hips forward only very slightly, because in this position, you might feel that you already have a decent stretch across the right side of your front leg. Inhale your arms up to the sky now. And exhale as you peel your elbows away from each other. Hug your shoulder blades together and open across your chest. Breathe. Release your hands. Bring them down to the mat and tuck your back toes so that you can lift your knee. Set up your strong, firm foundation. And when you're stable, inhale and reach your hands up to the sky for a high lunge. Align your front knee over your front ankle. Keep a slight bend in your back leg so that you can point your tailbone straight down towards the mat. Last breath here. And now as you exhale, spread your arms into a T. Spiral your back heel down so it's parallel to the back of the mat. Coming into warrior two with your chest open towards the right side. Stack your shoulders over your hips. Gaze out past your front fingers. Now inhale, straighten your legs. Right hand reaches to your back leg as your left hand stretches up to the sky for a reverse triangle. Just for a breath. And then exhale, rebend your front knee coming into reverse warrior. And breathe. Think of reaching your left arm up to the sky and then out past your head to feel a good stretch from your hip all the way to your fingertips. And windmill your hands down to the mat, framing your foot. Lift your back heel, step back to plank, and we'll move through your vinyasa. Inhale, shoulders forward of wrists, knees up or down. Exhale, lower to belly or halfway. Inhale to baby cobra, or this time, press into your hands to straighten your arms, spread across your collarbones, and gaze straight out ahead for upward facing dog. And exhale, we'll meet in down dog. Take a breath in, and then walk or step to the top of the mat. Inhale, palms to shins, flat back. Exhale, fold. And inhale, sweep your arms up to the sky as you stand tall and return to Tadasana. Take a breath in and out. Inhale, sweep your arms up to the sky. Exhale, fold down over your legs. Inhale, palms to shins, flat back. Exhale, plant your palms, and this time, step your left leg straight back. Lower your knee, untuck your toes, and come to stand on your left shin. Stack your left hip directly above your left knee, trying to keep your hips level, and then shift forward to your degree. Inhale your arms up to the sky, and now as you exhale, cactus your elbows away from each other. Hug your shoulder blades together and spread across your collarbones, and choose the gaze that feels best for your neck as you breathe. Now release your hands by your sides, lift upright, and then plant your hands back down to the mat so you can tuck your back toes, lift your knee, and set up the foundation in your feet. And when you're stable, inhale, reach your arms up to the sky and breathe. Put your tailbone straight down towards the mat, keeping a bend in your back knee. Make sure your front knee is aligned over your front ankle as you breathe. Last breath. Now open to the left side. Spiral your back foot down to the mat, bringing your foot parallel to the back. Bending into your front knee, stacked over your front ankle. Arms into a T position. Gaze out past your fingers for warrior two. See if you can sink a little bit lower. And inhale, straighten your front leg. Tip your left hand down to your back leg and reach your right arm up to the sky and out past your head. Breathe in. And then rebend your front knee, coming into reverse warrior. Again, think of reaching your right arm up to the sky and then out past your head. Breathe. And cartwheel your hands down to the mat. Frame your front foot. Lift your back heel. Return to plank pose. Move through your vinyasa. Inhale, shoulders forward of wrists. Knees up or down. Exhale, lower to your belly or halfway. Inhale to baby cobra or upward facing dog. And exhale, send your hips high for down dog. Take a breath in. And this time, just place your knees down on the mat. Stack your hips over your knees and then reach your hands forward to the top of the mat and let your chest sink down. Release your forehead or your chin down to the mat for puppy pose and breathe as you stretch across your chest and your shoulders. And then slowly begin to lift up and return to all fours. And we'll wash it away with a few rounds of cat-cow. So inhale, tip your belly down as you look up for cow. Exhale, cat. Moving with the pace of your breath. Cow. Exhale, cat. One more time each way. Breathe in for cow. And out for cat. And come to a neutral spine. And simply walk your knees forward just so you can come to sit down at about the center of the mat. I'm going to move any of my props out of the way. And bring the soles of your feet to touch. Holding on to your ankles, sit nice and tall as you breathe in, spread across your collarbones, and you can stay here, or if you wish to, exhale and fold your chest down towards your feet and breathe. And begin to sit upright, walking your hands in. Help your knees in towards center. Hug your belly in, spread across your collarbones. And lean back so you can begin to balance on your sit bones. Holding on to the backs of your thighs, begin to lift your shins one by one parallel to the mat. Re-engage your belly, spread across your collarbones. Keep engaging through your body. And you can continue holding on to your thighs or reach your hands in the direction of your feet. Last breath here. On your exhale, begin to slowly and with control lower all the way down to the mat. When you get there, bend your knees, bring them into your chest. Give them a hug. And let them spill over to the right. And open your arms into a T. And breathe in the twist. Now bring your knees back through center and let them spill over to the left side. Bring your arms back into a T if you adjusted. And breathe. And come back in through center. This time, hug your knees in just for a brief moment. Release your feet down to the mat and extend your legs out straight. Allow your feet to spill open towards the sides. Release your arms by your sides, palms relaxing up. Make any final adjustments you need to in Shavasana so that you can completely relax your entire body into the mat beneath you. Stay here as long as you can. And when you're ready to come out of Shavasana, take your time, move slowly, and thank yourself for showing up for your practice. But this is where I will leave you. As always, thank you for practicing with me, and I look forward to seeing you again soon.